This is Old Man Random Thoughts from southern Ecuador, the village of Vilcabamba. Not too far from Peru, to the south of us, on a bad road. The weather looks pretty good. It's quite windy because we're in the windy season, which is the dry season. And it has that aspect to it, a lot of wind, and it helps dry things out, I guess. I should never do these without scripts, but I'm just going to wing it now. I've got the new green screen behind me, which you see as some kind of a background. Seems to be working pretty darn well, and I have to again compliment CapCut, the editor, for the free version even, because it allows enough green screen function that is chroma key to give the user a taste of it. But I just don't like subscription. I mean, they want money out of you. If it was a business here, yeah, that'd be okay. But this is just me farting around a bit in my old age. So what's new now? Let's see, the war is just about to end. It's so close to ending, it's just amazing, but the fighting continues and might even flare up. Well, that's enough about the war. People are being deported. Citizens are being kept out of the U.S. because of the, Ebola? Anyway, some kind of a new disease, and the solution there is just to keep people in Africa, if that's where they caught it. Oh, that's an exciting thing. So we need another virus that would just be the frosting on the cake. What else is happening? There's some rumors on YouTube among the channels that I watch that it's not that there is the suppression or the algorithmic reduction in political speech. I think it's more a fear that there easily could be, and that when these content creators see their numbers change quickly, they know that it's probably the algorithm. Well, it's undoubtedly the algorithm presenting viewers the choice of clicking on it. But in the back of their mind, there is always that possibility that what happened to CBS and Colbert is going to happen to people on YouTube. I don't think immediately that it will. I haven't heard any. Nobody has enough exposure apparently, or himself doesn't look at. The emperor doesn't look at YouTube, which I think is probably the case. Now, if somebody gets prominent enough and critical enough, then maybe himself might take a notice. All right, what else is happening? There's the thing in Washington and the deportation, the creation of not concentration camps. What am I saying? Detention centers. Come on. The war in Ukraine is not a war. It's a special military operation. And the United States would never have concentration camps. Well, not for indigenous people. Those are reservations. And not for hard-working foreigners. Those are detention centers. 1984 had something called Newspeak, where you don't allow the language to support any criticism of the powers that be. I did a little, the last video was about propaganda and lies and truth and all of that. There is Truth Media, what is it? Truth Central, whatever. The Ministry of Truth himself has that, of course, truth. Not lies, the other guy tells lies. The other guy has fake news. But anyway, I did this little piece, which if you look in the playlist, you should be able to see. And it was just about whether or not, actually it suggested that propaganda served a useful purpose. You know that propaganda started as the Office of the Propagation of the Faith, part of the bureaucracy of the Catholic Church. I don't know how early it started, but maybe it's 1,000 years old, and it was for the purpose of promulgating the great news that the Messiah had come, and he told you to do this, that, and the other thing. And St. Peter started the church, and the church is going to help you out in this life and the next. That's what propagation of the faith was, and propaganda has since come to mean, I think it's slightly negative. If you're telling the truth, you just say, I'm telling the truth. And if you think the other guy is lying, then you say he's spreading propaganda. But if he agrees with you, then of course he's spreading the truth. Truth, lies, and propaganda. I think that was the truth, lies, it's all propaganda. Take a look at the playlist, you'll find it. Let's see if that's of any interest. It seems to have been suggested by the algorithm to more people. The click-through rate is below 0.1, or below 1 rather. Start getting to look at these numbers the way we used to look at the currency exchange rates. When I lived in a country overseas that did not have the U.S. dollar as its currency, a real blessing here. We don't have to see what the peg was today and what the difference between the buy and sell on dollars and zlotys and euros or whatever. Yep, southern Ecuador, where the weather is looking pretty good. It's sunny in the morning and it's sunny in the afternoon, and in the middle of the day it usually clouds up. El Nino and La Nina, El Nino right now has something to do with it. Hopefully the weather will stay nice. I had to do more stuff on people immigrating, leaving the northern hemisphere and coming down here. That is a huge interest among many people. Some of the ones that are living in their car and watching me right now, there might be a couple. I say, come on down. I mean, what could be worse than what you're doing now? I enjoyed camping, but the idea of somebody waking you up at 2 a.m. to tell you to get lost, to get out of here, and you're not allowed to sleep here. You got to go buy a house. You got to pay a huge mortgage in order to sleep at night without somebody bothering you. No, come on down here. Although my sleep's off, we don't have nearly as many motorcycles coming in through at 2 a.m. See, the thing with Vilcabamba is it's like that. Well, if you're in the northern hemisphere somewhere, maybe you have a weekend getaway. You might even have a little camp on a lake. Maybe it's an hour away. Well, we are that destination, that weekend destination for the people in the provincial capital, the people in Loja, the Lojanos. They come here and enjoy the ice cream in the square, and they go to the zoo, and they camp out along the river. The rivers we have are sort of like our version of beaches. They're real nice and restful and natural. And because of the last socialist government, they're accessible to the people. It's like that controversial right of owning up to the high tide mark or down to the high tide mark on coastal areas in the U.S. There's a principle that the people should have access to arguably one of the greater natural resources in the country, the rivers. That's what shaped these valleys. That's what carved these volcanic ash hills, was these rivers. And they're in a sense alive. They carry some really clean and pure water down from the national park, which is called the Podocarpus. All right, well, that looks like enough of an experiment. Now I've got to go to the editor and figure out what I'm going to put in for a background. Mountains or whatever, graphics of some kind. In the public domain, of course. I'm not going to run into the copyright police. So wherever you are, in your car, sleeping out in the desert, in a house that's costing you far too much, or an apartment, or camped out in the backyard maybe, I wish you health and happiness, and take care until we meet again. Ciao.